All right, I'm joined here, welcome to SA Boxing Talk, joined here by the new South African heavyweight champion, Shaun Potgieter, and his trainer, Gert Strydom. How does it feel now to finally become the SA champion?
Hi, Aiden. Thank you for having us. All I can say is, it's been a long time. It's been a big dream of mine, and I've set goals. Since I've been with Uncle Gert, started training with him, I've set myself some goals, and the SA title was one of them. And now that I've got it, there's other goals in sight, but this is just an achievement for me. It's one of my biggest dreams come true. And my late father also said that anything happens in my life one day, he just wants me to be a SA champ. So that everything came true.
I don't think you can see the SA title in the shots, but if you could just lift it there really quickly, there you go. Proud SA champion, Shaun Potgieter. Gert, did Shaun follow the game plan to the T coming into the fight?
How's it, Aiden? In a way, yes, he did. We had a game plan. Our plan was to take him to deep waters, to the later rounds. We knew Gomes was going to be strong in the beginning, which he was. A couple of things that Shaun could have done better. I think we would have got the stoppage a bit earlier, a round or two earlier. He left it for the 11th. I started panicking a bit, and I said to him, you got to step up now, you got to get rid of him now, or we're going to go home with nothing. And Shaun still had the energy to pull it off at the end, and yeah, so everything went according to plan, and he stuck to the plan to the end, and it paid off.
If he didn't get the stoppage, how do you think the judges scored it? Because we don't have the official scorecards with us. How do you think the judges would have had it should it have gone the distance?
I think definitely we would have lost on points. I had Shaun a round or two behind. Difficult to beat the in-house fighter and get a fair score, but I had him behind, and that's why he had to push for the stoppage. But at the end, yeah, I think if it went the distance, I think we would have lost on points, to be honest.
Okay, a very honest answer there. And Shaun, you obviously the first fight, if we revisit it, you got stopped in the first round. In the second round, you got buzzed quite hard again. Did those feelings of the memories of the first fight arise in your head, and getting through it with all the adversity that you had?
I didn't definitely. It's the first fight. I think it caught me unexpectedly. The second one, I was just a bit more aware of what's coming. The punches felt like a truck hit me. But the mindset I had going into this fight, I just kept telling myself, you got to stick into this. You'll get tired. You got to stick into this. Take him to deep water. And by the first round, I really started digging in myself, saying, come, let's go. And Uncle Gert, when he told me in the sixth round, he said, listen, the fight has just turned. Now we go. And that's when I started becoming alive again, I started getting a bit more energy and all that. But when I first got stunned in the first two rounds, and then in the fourth and the fifth, and I felt, listen, we're in for a fight now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the quote was, Yesni Mukhni, when you're in the corner. How tired were you at that stage, though, when Gert did give you that inspirational speech?
Well, look, I think it was the fifth or the sixth round when I got caught with a bad body shot. And I don't want to show anything, but he fractured one of my ribs on the left. And I remember going to the corner telling him, Gert, listen, I'm hurt in the body. And he said, you don't show him nothing. You don't give him nothing. We're going. And in the 11th round, in the end of the 10th, I tell Uncle Gert, listen, I'm getting tired. He says, I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear this. And after him telling me that and said, now you go out and now you roll this oak. And that's just when I said, okay, all guns are blazing. Let's do this. And I went out there.
Isn't it crazy? You got 36 minutes, literally you put your entire training camp into it, and it can literally come down to a couple of moments lapse in concentration. If you didn't give him the speech, if he didn't want to come back and stop Keaton, this would be a different story right now. You wouldn't be sitting here with a belt. Keaton would still have the belt. What's your feelings now, just in that moment, just coming back and believing in yourself?
Look, if Uncle Gert did not motivate me in that corner, I probably would have went out on the 11th round much more relaxed or more tired in it. But some of the things he said, and also he said to me at the very end, he said, your father's watching you do it for him. And all those things just, that it lit a fire in me. So that's when I went out and I went for it.
All right, Gert. And going back now to the drawing board, he's the champion now. It's a great feeling. The celebrations are in place. But always the next question is, what's next? What do you envision for Shaun?
There's not many heavyweights around, and I don't think anybody around here qualifies to fight him at this stage. So we're going to have to look at maybe doing a fight abroad, 1 or 2 fights outside. And as soon as somebody qualifies and puts a challenge in, then we'll look at it. But it's got to be on our terms and our turf this time around. It's hard to win titles, but to win titles in a champion's backyard, sometimes difficult. So I would like him to fight on home soil, on his own turf. But in the meantime, we'll look at doing a fight outside if the opportunity comes. But at this stage, there's no concrete plan. With the heavyweights, things can change overnight. So we'll just keep on training and look at all the options and take the best offers that come.
All right, yeah, I see that as well. And also, Shaun, with your age as well, it's not exactly like you're not a 25-year-old where you can win the belt and then groom yourself. You literally have to jump into the deep end now. Are you willing to, swim with some of the international sharks right now, just seeing as you got the belt and you've justified yourself as a South African champion?
Aiden, yes, I am willing to, and I will be prepared. I'm going to train much harder now. We're going to go into harder camps now and all that. That's something where I want to be internationally. And like you said, I don't have a lot of time left. So the time that I'm here, I'm going to make it worth my while and worth my coach's while. And we're going to stick to this, I do believe that I'm only here by the grace of God. He's given me everything I needed to prosper in my training and my fights and all that. In this fight as well, from the 6th round, I just felt myself getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's the power he gave me to get through all of this.
What's the best take out of this fight? I mean, apart from I'm not talking about the first fight and coming back, but like your ability now going into international fights. What's the best thing you can take out of this fight that you had against Keaton? Because it's sort of a barometer test, because he was the champion. He had broken the long streak of like SA champions losing, so he was a very good champion in his own right. What do you take out of this battle?
So there was a lot of things in this fight that I saw that I could have done differently. It's a lot of mistakes that we still made, but still pulled through. It's I don't know. I'm just humbled for everything that we've achieved now, and my mindset, like I said, it's on another level now. I don't see myself as a national champ. I see myself as an international champion. That's where I want to be. I will get there, and with the right work and the hard work and with the right coaches that's sitting here next to me, we'll make it, And if it wasn't for Donnie with his conditioning and all that, I wouldn't have had this confidence that I have today.
And seeing him come in the shape that he did, comparing him to some of the previous fights that he's had in the past, you mentioned Donnie there as well, who's played a contributing factor in that body shape of yours. Going forward now, I mean, Shaun can even go even further and get even in better shape. Are you confident that that's going to help him on the international stage?
Yes, a lot of credit must go to Donnie and Charmaine, his wife. That's helped Shaun a lot with his strength and conditioning and his diet. So a lot of credit must go to them. They really did a great job with him, getting him into shape, getting him strong. I just do the boxing training and the game plans. I put that together, but I work very closely with Donnie. Donnie does most of the strength training and conditioning on my fighters. He's very good at what he does, and if it wasn't for Charmaine and Donnie, I don't think Shaun would have been a champion today. They really did an exceptional, great job with his conditioning, and he put the hours in. It was not easier, but at the end, as I said, it paid off. But a lot of credit's got to go to Donnie and Charmaine for what they did, and they bring a lot to the table now.
And for yourself personally, Gert, as well, another champion added to your stable as well. So it puts your name in the hat for also greater honors as well when we're talking about awards and that sort of thing. I've seen Brian Wasoki's been posting on social media. By the look on your face, you're not about personal accolades. It's more about the boxes. But I mean, just creating another champion and giving someone an opportunity to display their ability, did that mean something to you?
Yes, Aiden, just to win titles with these boys, that gives me enough satisfaction. And I know Shaun is going to get better after this win. His confidence levels is high. And all the boys that's in my stable will just get better and better because of the way that they do things. And yeah, to me, it's not about accolades. It's not about me. I'm just a coach. It's about the boys. They've got to be in the spotlight. We don't need to be in the spotlight. It's all about them. They doing the fighting. They putting the hard hours in. And yeah, to me, accolades means nothing. It's about the boys. And the more they train and the harder they work, the more they're going to achieve, and the spotlight will be on them, and that's where the spotlight, I feel, needs to be, on the fighters. Not we just behind the scenes doing our thing. We don't need accolades. It's about the boys.
Well, it's not about the accolades from Coach G, but no one's ever going to take away the fact that you were the SA champion, heavyweight champion of South Africa. It means something. It means a lot. From you lastly, Shaun, do you want to give any thank yous, any shout-outs to anybody?
Yeah, I just want to thank all my sponsors, especially the ones that was at the fight. And then, I think my biggest thanks will go to Gert and Dani and them for preparing me for this fight. And my sparring partners, Giga from Relentless, Josh Pretorius, which I sparred before I came into this fight. And Chris Thompson also helped me with a couple of rounds. Just everyone that was involved with my journey leading to the SA title. And then my wife and my kids for all the sacrifices they made for, allowing me to be away from home and all that.